Okay, this is just going to be a short, little, fast, quick tutorial about your DJ event planner, how you're going to be able to add equipment list and be able to print those off. So to get started, let's just get right here. Let's go on our website. Now for us, we have it set up where we go through our website. Um, you go through the website and then you just go up here and you do a login. And our login, it all depends on how you log in, whether, of course, in a DJ event planner, however you log in is going to depend whether you're an employee or whether you're a client. So on our website, our DJs can log in that way, or uh, so can our clients and work on their events. So anyways, let's go over here to the left side. Now that we're into the DJ event planner section, we'll go over here. We're going to go to setup, and then we're going to go down just 2 spots to equipment. And you have 2 ways of entering in equipment. Whether you do a system, and what we do is just basic systems. We have DJ systems, or it's just general DJ, all your DJ equipment that you need. We have a system that we use, our basic MMA sound, and we've still got more to build, karaoke, so forth. And all you're going to do is you're going to click on that button, add a system, and then once you do this, you're going to add a name, you're going to pick a category, those kinds of things. And so you're going to set it up this way. And then you'll be able to save that, and then you're going to be able to add in all of your list of equipment. If you go back over here to the left sidebar, you've got equipment again. So that's going to be, you've got system setups that way, and then you have standalone items. And these are good for, you could actually inventory all of your equipment in there, and then later you could go and add those into your event, and I'll show you that. But I also have just general equipment in my standalone. That way if somebody just wants to add a projector, I can just have, a 2000 lumen HDMI projector. And then in that, I also tell them all the cables they need to make sure they have power cables, any kind of adapters, VGA, HDMI cables, all that kind of stuff, so they can make sure they get connected if you're using a client's laptop or your own laptop. So once you get that set up, then all you're going to do is you're just going to go to one of your events. You just click on any of your events. Okay, and then as you see, you've got an event here, per se, this guy here. You're going to go over to where your resources are. Now, when you're setting up the event, you have to actually save that event, go back into resources in order to add equipment. It would be nice as you're putting everything in before you save it to be able to put the equipment in. And but I don't think that's possible as of right now. So you save. Once you get your event set up for that particular event, you get everything set up, you save it, and then you go back into your resources, and then you could go over here and add your systems. You can add your standalone equipment, and then you'll have that assigned equipment here, and then you could just go to print equipment list, and it's going to pull up this. Of course, there's not one on this one as of right now. As you see, it's in our notes. We have that, and you could print that off, but also you would have a way of having all of that stuff right here. And then you'd just be able to check it out, and then when you bring it back in, you can make sure it gets in, because that's another issue. Sometimes you might forget something going to an event. I know not everybody does forget something, but it'll help you make sure you have all the right cables, all your right adapters, put every detail in there so you don't have to worry about it. I also put in mine, not to forget, keys to a trailer. I've had DJs do that. I've done it myself, I'm sure, at one time or another. Been doing this for years. After so many years of doing a lot of events, and if they're not the same exact event, you're doing different things at every event, eventually something's going to get forgotten, even if it's just a backup piece of equipment. And if it doesn't, great, good for you. But if it does, this is a great way to keep away from doing that. And sometimes we found that even with a checklist, you may not forget. We do simple things, but we also do some extravagant things. And sometimes you just miss one or two little pieces that you think, oh wow, this would have been helpful for this, but I didn't even put it on my checklist. So you'll have those issues too. You're not going to win everything, but you're just trying to keep everything as simple and as possible, so you can make sure you have everything. If you've got laptops, hard drives, I even have the cables listed that I need from my laptop to my hard drives. Even though I have cases those are in, I have backups in my laptop bags. You can just never be too sure of what you're going to take, and make sure you have redundancies in everything. Just like you want to take up backup equipment, you want to make sure you're doing backup checklist as well, is my theory in it. Especially with us, you know, when we're dealing with multiple DJs, we also do sound jobs for touring bands. So this is a great way to do this, where we can keep a list of all of that equipment. So once you do that, you know, you can have it, you know, like I said, you just print out your equipment list. You'll have a check mark where you're checking it out. Oh, and what I was going to say earlier was that even though you check it out and that's an issue, sometimes making sure it came back. You know, even though you do a walkthrough and all that. So this is a great gig list. This is a loadout list, is what we call it in professional audio, where we're doing sound jobs for bands. I know some people were calling it an equipment list, but literally it's a loadout list. It's a list so you can mark down what you're going to take. You know, we have a staging area where we stage everything into an area into our shops, so that we know we're getting ready to take it, and then several days beforehand we get it loaded up. If possible, we get it loaded up a couple of days ahead of time, and make sure it's all loaded that way. And then we'll go back through our redundant list checking thing and make sure that we can not only get it loaded up and double check that we have it, but we could also make sure that it comes back. So you could check through. Sometimes something gets forgot. And you know, the other thing that we do is we do a walkthrough. And what the walkthrough does is, once you get everything loaded back up, you want to walk through, check outlets, check underneath stuff, behind things. You know, if they got pipe and drapes, that's a really common place where people forget to grab an extra extension cord, or if they had, you know, something stored behind there. You know, it's just a great way to double check and make sure you have everything. So I think that's pretty much it. You have your list. You can build your list over here to the side under your equipment. Then you're going to go to your event. You're going to assign it under resources. And then once you're ready for the event, you can print out that equipment list. That's also another quick thing, is that you can build that into a booking helper. And with the booking helpers, you can have your final event prep, where it automatically does certain stuff for us. It automatically logs that we've prepped for it. It automatically logs that that we've, you know, like I said, that you've prepped for it. It prints out your checklist. You know, you can have it do several different things. You know, if you need to send out an email to other people that are working with you to help you load in, if one's acting as a DJ and the other one's acting as an MC, however you're doing it. You know, sometimes we have photo booth operators. It just lets everybody know what's going on. It's a simple one-click thing to do a lot of things in DJ Event Planner. By the way, I hope this helps. My name is Craig with mydjkj.com. If you got any questions, you can just email us at craig@mydjkj.com. Good luck to you guys, and stay safe out there.